Hey, Derek here. I am a meaning in life expert, focusing on things like resilience, finding meaning, purpose, understanding your life story, financial psychology. Here with another reaction. I was just introduced to Dax. Now let's get it. I got a new video here called The Abyss. Let's check it out. What is life? Well, that's that's the question. Like, that's the 3 words. Deep question.
Everything I did, I always gave it my best. I don't know if anyone relates, but the feeling that I get is like a truck sitting on my chest. Wondering how much do I got left? My last call, my last step. I'm not gonna wait just to see what...
How much time do I got left? Well, that is the question. Existential analysis, thinking existentially, existence, is to understand that we've got a limited time. We were definitely born, we know we're going to die, but we don't know when we're going to die. And this is the core of the work that I do. This is the core of the things I think about all the time. And the moment people start to realize that my time is short, the sooner they can start to reap or think through their life and how they spend their days in context. And we always think that there's going to be more time until there's not.
What's next? I go hard because my last breath. I don't know if anyone relates, but the feeling that I get is like a truck sitting on my chest. Wondering how much do I got left? My last call, my last step. I'm not gonna wait just to see what's next. I go hard because today could be my last breath. We do life and we can't relive it.
Today might be, what did he say? Today could be my last breath. That's the message. If you know that everything you do, there will be a last time you do it, including your last breath. If you're a parent, there was a last time that you picked up your kid. Right? There was a last time you went skiing. There was a last time that you did a lot of things, but you didn't know it was the last time at the time. So he's got a lot of philosophy behind his words here.
What's next? I go hard because today could be my last breath. We do life and we can't relive it.
Yep.
We only get one chance. If you blink, then you might just miss it.
100%.
Many people come and go, they all just visit. Don't ever expect nothing different. Just listen as I paint this image that you'll all revisit. Yeah, my glass half empty, but I still might sip it. I was traumatized.
Oh, that is, what? My glass is half empty, but I still might sip it.
Expect nothing different. Just listen as I paint this image that you'll all revisit. Yeah, my glass half empty, but I still might sip it. I was traumatized.
Ooh. That is a line. My glass is half empty, but I still might sip it. So that could be an optimism, pessimism play. Pessimism usually being seeing the glass is half empty. So I'm pessimistic, but maybe even though I'm pessimistic, I still want to take advantage of the water that's in this cup. This reminds me, oh man, I hope I get his name right. Rudy Francisco, I believe. He's a poet, and he has a line that says, stop worrying about whether the glass is half full or half empty. There's water in the cup, drink it and stop complaining. I'll try to find the link and put that in the comments. But it's, oh, I love that line. I love that line. Glass is half empty, but I still might sip it.
What would you have said when you was looking in my mama's eyes? Nothing. Yeah, I might have said I was okay, but I probably lied. So this pain is how I harmonize. Make an impact, that's what I personify. And yes, I'm making music that you cannot just define by the numbers on my Spotify. All of this pain, I just want to be happy. Mom almost died the same day that she had me. Driving to...
Wow.
the hospital, she swerved and crashed badly. Doctor said I was a miracle while looking at my daddy.
Really? Wow, okay.
I was 0 when I first dodged death. I was 6 when the devil told me watch my step.
I was 0. What, gosh, what did he say? There's so much packed in his words here.
I first dodged death. I was 6 when the
I was 0 when I first dodged death. That's kind of what I was saying earlier is people who recognize that life is finite tend to live life more to the fullest and recognize that we have to enjoy this life, that time that we have here. Not an excuse, by the way, not an excuse to go all in the present and screw over your future self, but there's no time to waste. There's no time like the present, right? So I was 0 when I first, with my first brush of death, I forget what he actually said. Near-death experiences are when people can realize, wow, I'm on borrowed time, or I'm lucky to be here. And that's when you see a lot of changes in people's lives. Because that thing that they've been putting off, they came face to face with it. And now they make a change in their life. And wow, this is a good song. So, I mean, it's only, what, a minute in? Minute 15?
Devil told me watch my step, couldn't sleep. I was scared to go inside my bed, fighting demons. I was hearing things inside my head. So back to the doctor, he didn't have a diagnosis. So my whole damn life I felt lost while fighting psychosis. Talking to myself, hoping nobody would notice. Mom said pray every time I heard the voices. Life or death.
Ooh, man, okay. Hearing voices, living with psychosis, no diagnosis. So it sounds like there's a lot of thoughts going on in his head, which is really common. And for some people it's worse than for others, but everybody has about 50, 60,000 thoughts a day. And some of those we pay attention to, some of those we don't pay attention to. But mindfulness, the act of mindfulness it's training to learn that everything comes and goes. Everything comes and goes. Your breath comes and goes. Emotions come and go. Thoughts come and go. Thoughts stick around when you pay attention to them. So it's a tough journey, and it is hard to do, but mindfulness is the act of learning to just let these thoughts pass. You don't have to attach any meaning to them. You don't have to pay any attention to them. Because if they catch a hold of you, then this is what you've got. You've got voices. Sometimes for some people, it's hard to differentiate between a thought and a voice in my head, because we think in words, so it is kind of a voice in your head. And we got this inner critic, because we've got this negativity bias attached to us, which is trying to, we pay more attention to the negative than to the positive. I think that's where he's going. I think he's paying a lot of attention to these thoughts. These thoughts are distracting him.
Death every day, I swear I made choices. Life in my hand, trying not to lose focus. Playing basketball religiously to drown out the noises, man. Let me explain that it's
playing basketball religiously to drown out the voices. Distracting is another way people try to fight having to live with their own thoughts. Right? I don't like what these voices are saying, so I need to do something. I need to distract myself. And sometimes that's with basketball or music or something else. Sometimes people turn to substances. But it's a way that people have available to them. It's maybe not always the healthiest way to deal with these thoughts. But a distraction is something that people turn to. But sometimes recognizing that it's normal to have all these thoughts and to understand that you are not your thoughts is also helpful. You don't have to identify with your thoughts. You don't have to pay any attention to them. Again, that sounds simplistic. It's harder than it sounds, but it is possible.
It's like laying on train tracks, grabbing guns, contemplating blowing your brain back. Eyes closed shut, watching everything fade.
I love that.
People stepping over you, you feel like a placemat. Fuck, and let me make it clear. God is the only one that I've ever feared. But you start to get paranoid and look over your shoulder when these people have been hurting you for so many years. So I had to escape. If you listening, I know that you relate. Is that feeling that you get like your life and existence was all just one big mistake? I felt trapped and I couldn't find space. I went and got lost in the things I'd create. Ever since I was a kid, people hated and they judged everything that I did. So I went into my mind and created the abyss. Man, I swear I did.
Ooh, okay, all right. This is a powerful song. I went into my mind and I created the abyss. I got here, what did he say here?
existence was all just one big mistake. I felt trapped and I couldn't find space. I went and got lost in the things I'd create. Ever since I was a kid, people hated and they judged everything that I did. So I went into my mind and created the abyss. Man, I swear I did.
People judged everything I did. This is another problem. We are raised, it's in our genes to judge others, which means other people are going to judge us. That's a fact. That's just going to happen. Even if you say I'm not judgmental, you are judging people, but you're judging them through the lens of your values, and other people are judging you through the lens of your values. But much like your thoughts, you can choose not to pay attention to those. You can choose to not let those bother you or get to you. But that's, again, if that hooks you though, if you start to feel paranoid, if you start to feel like everybody's judging you for everything that you do, it can start to second guess and third and fourth guess yourself. So again, if this is you, you're not alone. Like, this is very common, but just recognize that it is common. You are not alone, and there are ways that you can learn to detach from other people's opinions of you. You don't have any control over what other people say. You don't have any control over what people think. And once you can let go of the things that you don't control, you can put all of your attention into things that you do control. And then going into his mind and creating the abyss. Ooh, that imagery, I love that. I love this black kind of fade that's coming through the screen.
How the hell y'all think I make all these hits? It's cause I've been broken, beaten, dragged, laughed at, scorned, burned, and kicked. So I get to reach in this endless pit of hurt and pain from...
Wow, okay. Yeah, so he's saying, this music that I make, I'm not just making this stuff up. This is my life. And so he distracted himself with basketball, he said earlier. Now it sounds like he's distracting himself from these thoughts and these judgments and channeling all of that into his music. And look at his eyes. He looks sad. He's troubled by this. So I'm not sensing gratitude. Like, I'm lucky to have all this material. It's more like it sucks that I have to have all of this material. But I got a lot of material in this abyss that I can call from to make this music.
All that shit, and that's the only reason that you people come here. Oh, for God's sake, even know that Dax exists. This is how it feels to drown. This is how it looks when you lost and you can't be found. The abyss was a place I'd visit, but I went so much that I'm gone and I'm stuck here now.
Oh, okay. So he goes to this place that he created in his mind so often that he's stuck. It's almost like quicksand. I don't think he used the word quicksand, but that's the image that I thought of when he said that. I go here so often that I'm stuck. I can't get out of this abyss.
This is not music. This is not dope. This is me begging y'all to throw me a rope so I can try to climb at the place where I came in my life when I spiraled and first lost hope. Let me explain. I've been Dax so long, I get PTSD when somebody says my real name. But I guess that's the price you pay. I didn't want it to be like this. But I guess it is what it is. Inside the abyss.
Okay, wow. Cliche line. It is what it is, but cliches are cliches for a reason. It is what it is often a mindfulness mantra or a serenity prayer mantra. It's the idea that right now, this is how it is. This is the human condition. This is life's givens. This is where I'm at now. It is what it is. Often we use this to say I can't do anything about it, but I can do something about something. I can look for something that I might have some control over. But when he said that, I guess it is what it is. He sounded like he was dejected. Like there was just this, it is what it is. That sucks. It's almost like he's saying it sucks that it is what it is inside his abyss.
Is inside the abyss.
So good. So good. This is good. I mean, I'm new to Dax. I'm new to independent rappers in general. All of this is new to me, and I'm so happy to have been introduced to this stuff. Super powerful. I'm catching a lot of NF vibes because he's rapping about his struggles. And maybe I got this backwards. I was just introduced to NF first. Maybe I would be saying that NF reminds me of Dax. I don't know. But crazy powerful. The mind is a powerful place. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what else I need to check out. And I'll see you next time.